So today we are going to be talking about HuoHuo, and no, not this HuoHuo, but the actual HuoHuo that is in Honkai Star Rail. And yes, I know I'm saying the name wrong. I'm sorry. It's just hardwired into my brain at this point, if that's how you say it. So if I do say it again in this video, please just don't mind me. But other than that, today we are going to be talking about HuoHuo and her kit, and also all the things that you possibly need to know in order to build her, and most importantly, a review on how she is as a character versus all the solo sustainers that are in the game. Because yes, she has tough competition. She has Luocha, she has Japar, she has Fu Xuan. There's a lot of really crazy units that are out in the game right now, and we just got to talk about how she stacks up in the current meta. So go over the kit really quickly, because of course you won't understand what I'm talking about if I don't explain it to you. First of all, her normal attack is just a regular normal attack. Has a really funny animation with her just swinging her flag, but other than that, that's pretty much it for that. For the skill, we are going to get an adjacent healing, which is really nice. It's not RNG like Bailu's skills, but this is a very big plus. And not only that, a very prized possession that a lot of healers want, and a lot of healers want to have when having themselves in a team, is a cleanse. And yes, for whoever is the main target of this adjacent healing, will get a cleanse when it comes to using HuoHuo skill, which is absolutely amazing to have on a healer. So this is a big plus for her. And then going to the ultimate, this is where it gets very exciting, and also one of the core components of why she's such a busted unit, which is for ultimate, all allies are going to be getting energy and attack, and by far, this is by far making some of the craziest rotations happen and making some of the craziest teams work just because of how this works. Not only is she going to be giving you a skill heal, which is an adjacent heal, and also cleanses, she's also giving you attack and energy at the same exact time. So there's a lot of really cool stuff that HuoHuo, bro, there's a lot of really cool stuff that you can do with HuoHuo when it comes to all the different teams that you could possibly build, all the rotations that get fast forwarded, and the sky's the limit for all the things that you could possibly do with her when it comes to what units will love their ultimate a lot quicker. And of course, the answer is all of them. When it comes to your supports, when it comes to your DPSs, there's a lot of really cool stuff that you can do when it comes to having HuoHuo and her ult boost your energy and also boost the attack. There's a lot of really good pluses when it comes to using her ultimate. And then when it comes to her talent, we're basically stealing kits at this point, because she basically has Luocha's talent as her talent, where she's able to give herself a buff, which is going to be Divine Provision, and is going to allow you to heal allies off of turn. Now this does have a condition. You have to be either using your ultimate or your turn has to start to get the healing. And not only that, this talent, which is the off-field heal, is actually going to allow you to cleanse as well. So this is a very strong thing to have when your ally is, taking their turn or using their ultimate. You can basically clean a lot of stuff off of you, but it does have a limit of 6 times, and it's just overall such a really good part of her kit. There's just so many things that go on her, or that she's able to do from her skill, from her ultimate, from her talent, and all of these things are really nice when it comes to HuoHuo and her kit. And last thing, I know I don't cover this a lot, but her technique is actually really good for those that want to speed run and do some super triple buffer type thing, or not really triple buffer, but at this point she might as well be one. But her technique is going to be lowering the attack of all enemies on the field by 20%, and this is actually a really cool thing to do if you do want to run some more glass cannon type builds or glass cannon type teams. You're going to be able to speed run through it and not have to worry if you're going to be doing it very quickly, because all the attack of all the enemies will be lowered. So this is a really cool thing. Now to talk about the talents, which we need to talk about, which help HuoHuo quite a bit. For the first one is going to be, whenever you heal, you're going to be allowing yourself to get 1 energy. And like I said, the main way to do this through your talent is by ulting and also getting yourself, your next turn. So this is a really cool thing to have for HuoHuo, allowing her to do her ultimate a lot more. Another thing that she's going to be getting is that when you do start the battle, she will start off with the off-field heal like instantly as soon as you get into the battle. So that is a very strong thing to have as well. And then not only that, you also get a 35% CC resist, which is very good on a healer, very good for the same characters on your team, because you don't want these people getting stunned or imprisoned or frozen, because if that's the case, your team might as well say goodbye. For if something went ahead and stopped your sustain from doing something, it's over, your run's done, GG. So other than that, that's pretty much all the things when it comes to her kit. She is a very strong unit, as you can see, with her doing healing, with her doing basically buffing. She's crossing over into a harmony and also an abundance character at the same time. And just overall, that is a very strong thing to have, especially when you're doing sustain rolls and you're doing buffing roles and you're starting to merge yourself into other roles, you're already some of the most important teammates to have on the team, and to be able to cross over into every other path or every other role, being a healer and a support, or being a support with the DPS, something like that in that nature, really freaking crazy stuff happens when you're able to mix and match. And this is going to allow us to move into different teams when you have HuoHuo being able to buff and heal. That means you can take away one buffer potentially and maybe add in a sub DPS, maybe a double DPS medal. There's a really cool things that can come out of this with how her kit looks already. Now, other than that, we need to talk about her light cones really quickly and what works on her, because of course, as an abundance character, a lot of the light cones that are going to be out in the game are pretty much perfect for them. All of them are really good, and I do like that abundance in their path. They have a lot of different substitutes when it comes to either 5-star light cones or free-to-play light cones, or I guess you could say 4-star light cones. So other than that, of course, her signature is going to be by far her best. It's going to give you energy, which allows you to have more energy for your ult to give everyone else energy, so it's a win-win for everybody. And then not only that, whenever an ally does an ult, the ally with the lowest HP is going to get healed. And then not only that, you are also going to be attack buffing for all the allies when you do have this light going on. So as you can see, very strong, is going to be really good for any team that you can possibly put her on, because you're going to be buffing everyone no matter what, and giving a bunch of extra heals, and also getting your own ultimate to buff everyone else. So really cool stuff that you can do. Of course, the substitutes that you can use: Bailu's light cone, of course, the 5-star abundance, because why not? Gives you that extra attack buff, gives you that extra healing, really good stuff. And then perfect timing, the effector is increased with also broken kill if you want to give that combination, because you're going to be able to hit that effect res percentage very easily having that light cone on, and especially if it's super in position. Basically, you're not getting CC'd, and then you get a free 10% crit damage for everyone. So overall win-win if you do run that set. And then not only that, Natasha's light cone can be an option as well to get yourself the energy if you really want to run a really offensive HuoHuo, where you can actually get your energy quicker, get your attack buff quicker. This allows your team to be able to ult a lot more frequent and take a lot less turns to be able to use it. But you will have to worry about you not getting that extra benefit of getting the outgoing healing on your ultimate, because of course her ultimate doesn't heal, it is the full-on buff, so you will be wasting that potential on your light cone. And then other than that, we do have the free-to-play event light cone that will be in version 1.5, which is honestly very strong for a healer to have in all departments. Now when it comes to this event light cone, you're actually going to be getting max HP and outgoing healing when you use your skill. This is a absolutely amazing light cone to have on a lot of different characters, because not only are you using, a lot of these healers use their skill for their heal. Natasha, Bailu, HuoHuo, Luocha, all these characters use it. So that's by far an easy and unconditional thing to have on the light cone for a healer. This is very strong. Combining the max HP and the outgoing healing together, they play hand in hand in helping you get more scaling for your heal. This is overall just a very amazing light cone, and I really want to say that you should be grinding out this event or whenever it comes out, so that you're able to use this, because this is a very strong one to have and a really good substitute for a lot of the healers that can come out in the game. Other than that, going into the relics, of course, Wandering Cloud to get that extra outgoing healing and also the skill point if you want that extra skill point. Hacker Space for the speed, because of course you're going to want HuoHuo to be able to regenerate skill points. And then Longevious, of course, the max HP buff. These are all pretty simple when it comes to what you want to put on HuoHuo. A mix of these or a 4-piece of these, all these will be pretty good in all honesty, except for Longevious. Don't run 4-piece on that. But other than that, the planar ornaments as well. Broken kill, of course, if you have the effectors, or maybe even perfect timing, get the extra crit damage. Fleet of the Ageless gives you a max HP boost, helps with the heals, and also gives your whole team an attack buff, which is really nice. And in the newer set, Penacony, you're actually going to be able to give yourself a damage bonus to the same type elements. So if you're running Blade or maybe even Wind on Hung, this will be a really nice planar set to work with. Now to go on to the actual review, I guess you could say, HuoHuo is a very strong character and overall just a really good investment. She can do so much in all of what she can do in her kit. Off-field heal, cleanse, she can give energy, she gives attack. She basically is the all-in-one unit for all the things that you possibly need when it comes to healing and having a support character on your team. Wow, she is a very freaking strong unit. Now I do want to say one thing in preference is just that when you have 2 sustains already, whether it be Fushun, Luocha, Japard, Bailu, Lynx, any combination of these characters, if you have 2 of them, I do want to say that you probably should skip. Although HuoHuo is a very good unit and a very strong unit, I do think at this point in the game right now, especially with, yes I know, endgame coming out with the new mode with Pure Fiction, with also Memory of Chaos 11 and 12, I don't think we're going to have that huge of a power spike in order to be able to do the most that we can with these modes. Yes, it'll make it a little easier, but I'm pretty sure very well built Fushwins, Luochas, Japars, Bailus, all these other characters, I'm pretty sure they'll fare just fine. I think it's more of a DPS check when it comes to whatever these modes might be, rather than a can you survive check, in my honest opinion. Because if you can do enough damage, you don't have to take as much damage to you if you're killing everyone. So in all honesty, I do want to say, if you do have 2 well-built sustains, you probably should skip. In all honesty, there's a lot of really cool units that could be coming out in the future, and right now there's no reason to have more than 2 sustains. In all honesty, especially if you have both of them as 5 stars, they will aid you enough as long as you play this game. Japar has almost infinite shield. Luocha is just amazing when it comes to being able to heal you off field without using any skill points. Fushun stops you from getting one shot. There's so many good characters when it comes to having a sustain that you don't really need HuoHuo. Although she is very nice offensively and she can make some really cool teams come out, which I am going to talk about right now. Yes, HuoHuo makes every team basically better. Looking at Jingliu, you get to extend your ult for a lot more longer when it comes to keeping your stacks, because you will be able to get your ultimate. Using characters like Ting Yun, especially with these characters that really like their ultimate, you get the energy regeneration from your rope. You also get energy from Ting Yun. Get the energy from HuoHuo. You can do some crazy combinations like giving Jingyun perma 10 stacks, giving Jingliu perma ult, giving Kafka a bunch of detonations. There's a lot of different possibilities that you can run with how good Ting Yun is already, and also being able to give HuoHuo on top of it, having off heals, having cleanses, having buffs. Then you add on whoever else you want on the team. HuoHuo was just that universal and such a great character, but she isn't as easy as the other characters. A lot of the characters are just, you do normal attacks, you carry the rest. You know, Luocha being said basically right there. And then Fushun is use your skill, no one dies, right? But HuoHuo, if you want to play her without thinking about it, pretty easy unit, off-field heals, skill's gonna keep you alive. It's basically already done. But when it comes to using her to her absolute potential, when it comes to making sure that you're using ult on time, keeping your attack buffs, getting your energy where to the point where you're able to give your other teammates ults without them overcapping, there's a lot of really fine-tuned stuff that you can do with HuoHuo that's going to be really fun. But if you want to optimize it to that level, you can get some explosive results when it comes to keeping HuoHuo and giving her ultimate, giving other people their ultimate, making sure they're not stacked. There's a lot of really cool stuff when it comes to all the things that you can do with HuoHuo. I really do think that she is an amazing unit and a very strong unit. And if you don't have 2 sustains built up already, you should definitely pick her up, because she is by far an all-in-one package when it comes to support and also healing. And the fact that I can say that they're basically in one unit, that's a very strong thing. We are expecting, of course, Argenti, Hanya, Ruin main Dr. Ratio very soon. So like I said, if you don't have 2 sustains, go ahead and probably skip. If you want to pull for it anyway, go ahead, because I'm not going to tell you what to do with your account. But for my honest opinion, there's no reason for 2 sustains. The game's not that hard. Pretty sure with the other in-game content that's coming out, it's not going to be well warranted to need more than 2 5-star sustains or 2 more built sustains when it comes to having HuoHuo or not. So maybe invest in another support character like the new Harmony unit, like Ruin Mei. Maybe she might be broken, she might not be. Dr. Ratio might be broken, he might not be. Argenti might be broken, he may not be. And also, of course, the banner that she has, it's a little stinky when it comes to both the Lightcone and also the 4 stars that are on the character banner itself. So other than that, let me know what you guys think about HuoHuo. I am very excited to play her. She's an amazing unit for sure. And let me know if you're going to be something for her. Let me know if you're going for the Lightcone. Let me know if you're going for Argenti. Let me know if you're going for Hanya. Let me know what you think about the banner. All that type of stuff. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. See you on the next one. And peace.